For as long as humans have gazed at the night sky and wondered about their place in the cosmos, we have sensed that reality is deeper and stranger than it appears. Every civilization has its myths of portals to other realms, sacred grounds where the veil between worlds grows thin, and beings that move between dimensions unseen. Skinwalker Ranch in the high desert of northern Utah is one such place, a landscape where the physical and metaphysical intertwine, where technology meets spirituality, and where science struggles to explain the impossible. The phenomena documented here: metallic anomalies deep beneath the earth, electromagnetic pulses that defy explanation, sudden physiological effects on humans, and luminous orbs that seem to watch and respond, may not simply be the product of extraterrestrial visitors or secret military experiments. They may be evidence of something far older, far deeper, a dynamic, multi-dimensional system woven into the fabric of reality itself. The investigation begins in the soil. Beneath the mesa, instruments reveal immense metallic structures, vast chambers and materials that do not belong, alloys of aluminum and iron buried hundreds of feet deep, crystalline layers aligned with uncanny precision, and voids capable of swallowing thousands of gallons of water without a trace. But perhaps these anomalies are not relics of alien technology or ancient civilizations. Perhaps they are not things at all, but manifestations, condensations of energy that have taken material form in places where dimensions intersect. In quantum physics, particles can tunnel through barriers, appear simultaneously in multiple locations, and flicker into existence from the vacuum itself. If the boundaries between dimensions can thin and overlap might not matter itself, behave in similarly unexpected ways. The 5 parallel lines discovered beneath the soil, perfectly straight, composed of conductive material, and aligned with celestial precision, invite such speculation. Their geometry suggests intention, yet their purpose remains obscure. One possibility is that they are not physical constructs in the conventional sense, but rather residues of energy patterns imprinted upon the Earth by forces beyond three-dimensional understanding. Just as magnetic field lines form visible patterns in iron filings, so too might interdimensional currents leave geometric signatures in matter. These lines then could be ley lines in a literal physical sense, conduits through which unseen energies flow, connecting places of power across space and time. Ancient traditions across the world, from the Nazca to the Druids, have spoken of such alignments, often building temples and monuments upon them. Perhaps Skinwalker Ranch is one such nexus, and the conductive materials are the Earth's way of channeling forces that transcend human science. Further evidence of dimensional interplay emerges in the electromagnetic phenomena surrounding the site. Repeated experiments register bursts of radiation distortions in GPS signals and a persistent 1.6 gigahertz transmission, a frequency that seems to pulse with intent as if signaling to an unknown destination. These anomalies are not random. They correlate with human actions appearing during excavation, intensifying near-buried anomalies, and often coinciding with sightings of luminous orbs and unidentified craft. This synchronicity suggests a system that is reactive, even aware, a quality more often associated with consciousness than with machines. Could it be that what we are observing is not merely a physical phenomenon, but an intelligent field, one that perceives, responds, and perhaps even communicates? To understand this possibility, we must look beyond classical physics to the emerging science of consciousness and the nature of reality itself. Theoretical physicists like David Bohm and consciousness researchers such as Rupert Sheldrake have proposed that the universe is not a collection of isolated objects, but a vast interconnected field of information, a hollow movement in which matter and mind are two aspects of the same underlying reality. In this view, consciousness is not produced by the brain, but is a fundamental property of the universe woven into the quantum fabric of space-time. If this is true, then places like Skinwalker Ranch, where energy, geometry, and intention intersect, might act as nodes where consciousness and matter interact more directly. The strange responses of the ranch, the sudden appearance of orbs, the emergence of radio signals, the physiological reactions of humans may not be random accidents, but expressions of a deeper intelligence encoded into the cosmos itself. The orbs themselves deserve particular attention. Witnesses describe them as metallic, spherical, and often responsive, hovering near researchers, following their movements, and vanishing as mysteriously as they appear. Some physicists suggest that such orbs could be plasma self-organizing structures of charged particles that can exhibit intelligence-like behaviors. Others propose they are conscious probes, manifestations of higher dimensional entities that use energy rather than matter to explore our reality. Ancient traditions might call them spirits, jinn, or light beings. Modern ufologists might call them probes or drones. Both interpretations may be correct. In a multidimensional universe, consciousness need not be tied to biology, and intelligence need not take physical form. The orbs may be emissaries from a dimension adjacent to ours, interacting with us in ways our technology can barely detect. This possibility gains credibility when we consider the recurring theme of portals. The mesa itself appears to swallow matter, absorbing smoke, water, and even electromagnetic energy into its depths without explanation. This behavior is consistent with the concept of a space-time discontinuity, a localized region where the topology of space bends inward, creating a bridge between locations or even dimensions. Theoretical physics allows for such phenomena. Wormholes, quantum tunnels, and brain intersections could all produce localized anomalies that appear to devour matter or energy. If Skinwalker Ranch sits atop one such gateway, then the materials, signals, and entities encountered there may originate not from another planet, but from another layer of reality altogether, a parallel dimension coexisting invisibly alongside our own. This theory could explain one of the ranch's most enduring mysteries, the sudden appearance and disappearance of objects, animals, and even entire craft. Witnesses have described orbs materializing from thin air, creatures vanishing in plain sight, and unidentified craft seeming to blink into existence. These events might not involve physical movement through space, but rather transitions between dimensions, like tuning a radio from one frequency to another. The 6 gigahertz signal detected at the ranch might even be part of this mechanism, a resonance frequency that facilitates interdimensional transfer. If so, the ranch could be a kind of cosmic airport, a point where realities overlap and information or intelligence crosses from one plane to another. The physiological effects on humans, sudden blackouts, loss of sensation, cardiac arrhythmias, may also be part of this interaction. In many traditions, contact with higher energies is said to overwhelm the human body, producing symptoms ranging from paralysis to euphoria. Modern physics suggests a similar possibility. Intense electromagnetic fields can disrupt neural activity and interfere with cardiac rhythms. If the ranch is indeed a node where powerful energies converge, it is not surprising that human biology evolved for a narrower range of environmental conditions might struggle to cope. These experiences are not mere side effects, but may be integral to the phenomenon, evidence that consciousness itself is being affected or even tuned by exposure to a higher dimensional field. Ancient cultures recognized the significance of such places. The Navajo, whose legends give the ranch its name, spoke of skinwalkers, beings who could traverse the boundaries between worlds changing form and slipping between realities. Other traditions refer to thin places where heaven and earth meet, or axis mundi, where the cosmic tree connects the seen and unseen. Perhaps these myths are not mere metaphor, but ancestral memories of interactions with phenomena like those at Skinwalker Ranch. If so, the ranch is not an anomaly, but a reminder, a place where the ancient knowledge of humanity and the cutting-edge theories of physics converge to tell the same story. Reality is far more complex and interconnected than our senses reveal. The implications are profound. If Skinwalker Ranch is indeed a point of contact between dimensions, then the discoveries made there could reshape our understanding of consciousness, matter, and the universe itself. It would mean that our physical world is only one layer of a much larger multiverse, a vast multidimensional tapestry where information, energy, and intelligence flow freely. It would mean that phenomena once dismissed as supernatural ghosts, visions, telepathy, even divine revelation may be real natural processes arising from interactions between dimensions. And it would mean that humanity's greatest frontiers are not distant planets, but the hidden layers of reality all around us. Such a paradigm shift would also force us to reconsider the nature of intelligence. If consciousness is fundamental and dimensions are interconnected, then intelligence may not be confined to biological organisms or mechanical constructs. It may emerge spontaneously in energetic systems, manifest as fields or patterns, and communicate through geometry, resonance, and synchronicity rather than language or technology. The entities encountered at Skinwalker Ranch, whether orbs of light, electromagnetic signals, or metallic structures, may be expressions of such non-local intelligence reaching out not from the stars, but from the deeper fabric of reality. In this view, the ranch is not merely a site of strange phenomena, but a temple of cosmic knowledge, a place where the universe itself reveals its deeper architecture. The buried metals are not artifacts, but anchors, stabilizing portals between worlds. The conductive lines are not circuits, but veins channeling the lifeblood of interdimensional energy. The orbs are not visitors, but messengers teaching us to see beyond the illusion of separation. And the electromagnetic signals are not noise, but language, the voice of the cosmos calling us to expand our understanding of what is possible. Of course, these interpretations remain speculative, but they offer a framework that unites the diverse phenomena observed at Skinwalker Ranch into a coherent whole one that honors both science and spirituality. Rather than dismissing the inexplicable as mere superstition or anomaly, we might embrace it as evidence of a deeper order, a cosmic symphony whose notes we are only beginning to hear. The ranch is a stage where the physical and metaphysical perform their dance, where particles and prayers converge, and where humanity, for all its technological sophistication, stands humbled before the vastness of creation. In the end, Skinwalker Ranch challenges us not just to investigate the unknown, but to reimagine reality itself. It invites us to see the universe not as a collection of inert objects, but as a living, conscious whole one in which we are participants, not observers. And it suggests that the answers we seek about the origins of the anomalies, the nature of consciousness, and the existence of other realms may not lie in distant galaxies or future technologies, but in the space between worlds where science meets spirit and reality becomes something far more wondrous than we ever dared to dream.